What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Mirage, and I want to talk a little bit about what I do and why I do it. And one of the first things that people ask me is, why do you go by Mirage? Like, what does that mean? And so Mirage is like, so in the desert, right? So Mirage is something you think you see, and then once you get up close, you find out that that's not what it is. So me as a mirage, a lot of people on the outside might think, okay, this person is just another rapper, this person is a speaker, or whatever they think it is. But once they get close, once they actually listen to the lines, dissect the speeches, listen to the messages in the songs, they realize there's something actually deeper there, and that's the goal. There's a lot of deep messages in my songs and in my content, and I've always been that way, and I'll continue to be that way. And then there's actually going to be an actual mirage, like a large thing that I unveil at one point in my career, in the latter part of my career. There's something that I want to unveil that's going to impact not just my fan base, not just even music alone, but it's actually going to impact like society in general, and it's going to be a big deal. So I'll keep that under wraps for now, but it will definitely be something that rolls out later, and it's going to be pretty important. The next thing that people usually want to ask about is like the logo. You know, why did I go with what I went with, which is a pyramid? It's a pyramid spaceship, and so the pyramid itself is it's a revered kind of shape, right? It's connected to wisdom, to knowledge. It's connected to intelligence and advancement. We still can't figure out how they moved those blocks to build the pyramids. So it's kind of a mysterious shape as well. And so all those things are embodied in Mirage, the rapper. But as well, making it a spaceship is taking all that, the intelligence in my line, all the different aspects I just talked about with the pyramid, and making it a spaceship is like, let's take it to the next level. One of the things I want to do is take music to the next level, take society to the next level, take the music game to the next level. Those are all very important things that I want to do. The other thing I want to get into is like a little bit of my background, because some people don't know me and they're seeing Mirage for the first time, so they don't know, you know, who I am or really anything about me. So I grew up here in Kentucky. I kind of dabbled in rap in high school and stuff like that, but let me back up. So starting out, I was with, you know, mom and dad till about 8 years old, and then at that point they really struggled with alcohol and drugs, and so they actually, you know, lost me to the foster care system. So I went into that, and at first they try to put you with family, so you bounce around from, you know, family member to family member. At least that's what I did. And then, you know, then eventually you go into the actual foster homes themselves, or you go into like a group home or something like that. So I went that route. I even bounced around in foster homes and group homes and did that whole thing. So it was a lot of transition, a lot of movement, and a lot of challenge early on. And then eventually I landed in a place that I could call home, and that was where I ended up aging out, you know, turning 18, 21, whatever. And then I went to college. And so that was a really big deal, because I think the statistic is like 1% of youth, you know, go to college and then actually graduate. So it's a really big deal. It's something that a lot of people that I know in the system, they like to recruit me to come share my story and try to encourage others, which I love to do, to tell people that they can do the same thing I did, you know, and that you don't have to be this special person. You know, you just have to kind of apply yourself and develop the ambition you need to push forward when things get hard and things get challenging. Because you get lost in, I'm going to class every day and stuff like that, and this is boring, and why am I doing it, and that kind of thing. So anyway, went to college, and in your gen ed stuff, I just was kind of exploring like any other person would. And then when it started to get into major stuff, I had really enjoyed communication classes, and I liked speaking and things like that. But I didn't know if I wanted to have a career in it. And then when I looked at the actual major, I saw that it's not what I thought it was going to be. A lot of speaking and things. I mean, it was more teaching it and going into basically being a teacher. And that was something I really didn't want to do. So basically, I ended up in broadcasting, which was more, it looked like more of a form of what I wanted to do. You actually speak into a microphone. At this point I was, getting a little bit more serious in my music. You can do videos and stuff like that, and advertising and marketing and PR, and just learning all those different skills was really helpful to me as an artist. In fact, the videos, a lot of the content that you see, I created it. I make it. If I don't, I usually credit the person because I'm a big believer in credit. So, I do that stuff on my own. All the editing, all the stuff is me behind the scenes, and it's something I enjoy and it's something I'm good at. So I apply myself and do those things for my own career. But anyway, I went on and got an internship at a radio station here locally in Kentucky, and then I saw how the industry worked as far as the radio, and I was like, wow, they're not really making that much money, and it's really competitive to get a microphone. And so I left that and went into, restaurant work, stuff like that, grinding, trying to find my next direction. And I landed in like nonprofit work. And this is really the work where I could see myself touching lives and actually making change happen with the least amount of, all the red tape, so to speak, and all the checks and balances of it. You actually get some creativity in it. You get some freedom to actually really impact people and use the skills that you have. And so even though I work at a nonprofit, I use a lot of the skills that I developed in college to touch people's lives and help people. And so that's what I do now. And then, obviously I do the music. And at one point I just decided that this is what I'm here to do, is to take things to the next level. And so that's basically the short version of my story. And then now I kind of go around and I give speeches, and I talk about my story. I talk about different things that I've learned, different skills, that I've learned, to try to impart those to the people who listen, whether it be a social worker, whether it be a parent, whether it be a youth. I'm really passionate about the youth because I can understand. I'm still young enough to really understand what they're going through and why they feel the way they feel and what they want to do. The rap thing, a lot of youth are like, man, you rap, I rap too. They want me to hear their lyrics and stuff. And a lot of them talk about whatever, and I can help them hone in on, look, people want to hear you. A lot of people want to try to be so-and-so or sound like so-and-so, but it's like, man, nobody can be you. Nobody has your story. So tell your story. Everybody's heard about drugs. Everybody's heard about everything else under the sun. So be unique and be yourself. That's the best advice that I can give them, and that's what I usually do.